Synchronicities are a sign from above, if you'd like to say, a sign from the universe, from the force, that you are on the right track, that you're aligned. So I want to share with you a synchronicity that it just happened to me now, literally not even a minute ago from the time I'm speaking. And these things now are becoming like a regular occurrence in my life. The more I align, the more it's like this just becomes like second nature. It becomes like it's just another part of life that happens to you almost every day. So I noticed this morning that I could my posture could use a little bit of work, right? Woke up with some tension in here, so I did some push-ups to pull the pecs and stuff, and so I sort of sat down here just a few minutes ago, right? Sat down here on the yoga mat, and I sat down in this position, okay? And I get the mirror here, the window, so that I could see myself. So I basically am going to do, actually, after this video, just sit down, listen to a YouTube video, and just hold myself straight like this to keep my posture good. Okay, so I'm doing this, and then I said, okay, well, I'm gonna do this for about 20 minutes or so. So let me go get my cell phone, because I was watching a lecture on YouTube, and I think it has 20 more minutes. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just practice sitting straight here, keeping my posture straight as I listen to the lecture. So I get up, okay, I go, my phone was right there, and as I'm, picking up my phone, in my head, I'm thinking about the posture thing, and these are the two words that I say. I say it out loud. I say, very important. So I'm referring to the lecture, to the posture, sorry. Okay, very important. I say these two words, very important. Then I pick up the phone, go to the lecture that I was watching, okay, wherever I cut it off. It's like 45 minutes. I stopped it. I guess I was listening to it in the morning. I stopped it to make videos, etc. And I play it. I hit the play button on the video. And the first two words that the guy says, very important. Pew, pew, pew. Like, what? What? Like, what? How does that kind of shit happen? I'm thinking about something completely different. I'm thinking about how it's very important for me to sit there and do this every day, because if I don't keep mindful of my posture, it starts to go like this and I start to develop tension. So the words I say out loud as I'm thinking about that, I say very important, because I talk to myself out loud. So I say very important. Then I hit the play button on the lecture, and the first two words that he says, very important. Now you're telling me there are accidents, you're telling me there are coincidences in the universe? None whatsoever. None whatsoever. And the more you align yourself, and I find specifically, if I am aligned with my mission, because I am here on a mission, much like most of you guys watching, and the mission is simply to alleviate the suffering of all beings in whichever way you came here, you signed up to do. You see, we all came here, we volunteered. We volunteered to come here. We volunteered to come here to work on ourselves, to balance our energies in these higher vibrations, because most of you guys watching this are what is known as a wanderer or a starseed. We talked about it in previous videos. Mostly everybody that even made it to this video is here on some kind of a mission. And your mission involves simultaneous work on yourself and alleviating the suffering, and thereby increasing the vibration of the planet, of this realm. So I find the more I'm aligned with my mission, which I happen to be very much aligned these days, that the more of these occurrences become a regular part of my life. Regular part of my life. The other day I was sitting down and I just thought butterfly. I just thought it. The thought came to my mind, and then next thing you know, a butterfly comes by. So these things are happening to me a lot, and I think what happens when you become really aligned, especially with your mission, is that you begin to have you begin to awaken natural psychic abilities in you, of which one of them is premonition. Okay, so I think what is happening here, like what happened today with me shouting out loud, very important, playing the lecture, turns out I stopped right before he said very important. He says very important, you know? I think what happens when you're aligned and you're in flow and you're in harmony with the way is you begin to get into this universal alignment with everything around you. I gotta keep my posture up as I sit, very important. So I think what happens is you get aligned, plugged into the universal harmony, and then you begin to see the future before it happens. I've been tracking my dreams lately, and I suspect that I have seen portions of my future in regards to certain aspects of my future, uh, because I just feel like I just saw a part of my future. I just get the feeling that that is what I saw. And I think also I'm starting to see the future before it happens, like me saying very important. That's me seeing the future before it happens. You see, and it's like I'm plugged in, so but I don't know. That's what's, see, it's a mystery, it's a paradox. If you think you got it, think again. But if you don't got it, you got it. It's a paradox. You know how they say happiness is like a butterfly. If you chase it, it runs away. But if you relax into it, then the butterfly comes and sits on your shoulders, kind of thing, right? So, although I don't really exactly agree with that statement, but take that same thing. It's like if you think you know, nah, nah, nah. Like if you think you know the future, nah, 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 nah. Like, if you think I'm this, like, you go on about it with like ego. You think, all right, I'm like, here comes Mr. Black Belt in reading the future, and you really come at it with arrogance. The universe will probably, in all likelihood, take that power away from you. But perhaps if you're coming into it from a place of giving credit to the universe, a place of humbleness, the universe may actually grant you even more of that power. You see? So if I come at it from a place of ego, from a place of arrogance, I guarantee you, it's like the universe will just take away that power from you. That's the way it works. That's just like its laws, the universal laws is how it works. But if you come at it from a place of humbleness, perhaps the universe will keep granting you more of these powers. But because you give away the credit to the universe, in a way you don't know. In a way you're just a channeler. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that the guy was about to say very important. I didn't know that when I thought about a butterfly is going to come across. I didn't know. And frankly, it's better not to know, because you're sort of, you behold the mystery, you behold the awe of the synchronistic nature of everything. Carl Jung was, I believe, the person who coined the term synchronicity, because it had happened to him in he was a psychologist, and he was with one of his patients sitting down, and his patient told him about this bird, particular type of bird, I can't remember what it was, that she saw in her dreams. And then as she did that, guess what happened? That exact same bird, which I believe was not a common type bird, by the way. It wasn't like your average, singing bird, right? It was a specific type of bird. It was not a common bird. And exactly as she told him, I saw this bird in a dream. He looks at the window, and there is the bird. Very much like what just happened to me right now. I say the two words very important. I played the lecture I was playing in the morning, that I paused exactly just before the guy said very important, and I play it, and boom, very important. These are clear cut, crystal clear messages from the universe, which includes all the forces that act upon you within it. Includes your guides, includes your angels, includes your higher self, includes the Mother Gaia, and all the nature spirits that are, by the way, very much alive here, and very much are in constant communication with anyone who lives in these types of places. You begin to communicate. And how do they communicate with you? Just via thoughts. Like, I'd come here sometimes at 11 p.m. or something, or midnight or something like that. I'll sit here and I'll just look around, and I'll start talking. I'll just start talking. Now it feels like I'm talking to myself, because you're always talking to yourself, because there's only one of you. There's only one consciousness. But within the oneness, there's the diversity, and so every aspect of creation has its own individual identity. So maybe it feels like I'm talking to myself, but really I'm also in communication. I'm being influenced by the nature spirits, by the spirit of Gaia, and by all the nature spirits that dwell here. You see? So uh so yeah, that, and so when these synchronicities happen to you and when they become a regular occurrence, you know you're on the right path. You know that you're aligned. You know that whatever you're thinking right now and whatever you're feeling and wherever you feel like you're going in life, perfect. You got the right plot now. Just keep following that intuition. Keep harmonizing yourself with the way. Keep harmonizing yourself with the Tao. And again, from personal experience, I find most amount of synchronicities happen to me, most alignment, most amount of times with these kinds of moments that happen to me today, they happen to me when I am mostly aligned with my mission, with what I voluntarily chose to come here to do, which is to spread awareness via these YouTube videos, to alleviate suffering in whichever way I can. Again, in my particular case, it happens to be via raising awareness, via spoken words. And if I'm perfectly aligned with it and it's all that I am, I am dedicated to this work now. I have had a recent awakening of compassion. I talked about it, where I was crying and crying for days because I had felt how much suffering there is in the universe. And until the tears dried up and there were no more tears, then I felt, wow, that's why I'm here for. And now I don't, there are no more tears of that nature, because it's like, it's all about practical compassion now. It's all about action. It's all about alleviating the suffering now in the here and the now, and doing it with as much joy, as much care, as much love. And joy is very important, to do it with joy, because now it's about practical compassion. I understand this is my mission. This is what I'm here to do, and I'm going to just get up every day and do it, because that's why I signed up for this. I signed up for this. You guys all signed up for this. You understand? You understand that you signed up for it, that you're here. If you're saying that I don't belong here, or this is too difficult, or this is too dense, or people are mean here, well, you came here very damn well knowing that. And you signed up here to come here. You volunteered exactly for these reasons that you're complaining about right now, that it's too dense and people are mean and there's too much suffering here, and I don't belong here. The density of which my soul resided in before this incarnation was like a fifth density, a sixth density, a very high density. I don't really belong here. I'm gonna go back home, right? None of that, because you came here. You looked at it. You answered. It was Gaia that called. She picked up the phone. She called. She said, "Look, Gaia's a young planet, right? And she's also on an earlier part of her evolution. Now she's going from third density to fourth density and fifth density." She called. She said, "Look, there's been a lot of mischievous actions going on here. People abusing and stuff, and using the loophole of free will to get their way and control and manipulate. I'm done with that. I'm going to fourth density and fifth density. I need a little bit of help here. So you guys all at these higher densities, I just send me as many of your people as possible, because I could use a little bit of help here." And so we, by virtue of being here, looked and said, "Well, okay, all right, sounds like a plan. Sounds like fun." And then somebody told you, "But hey, you're gonna forget and you're not gonna remember, and it's a very tough, dense place. You're sure you want to go?" And you said, "Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. I haven't been on an adventure in a while." Kind of like Bilbo Baggins venturing out of the Shire, going into the mountains with the dwarfs. Exactly, actually, like that. You said, "I haven't been on an adventure in a while. I haven't been in 3D in a while. Last time I was in 3D was like billions, millions, or billions of years ago." Right? Because then that's you. At some point, you were evolved at that 3D, still in that 3D. So you said, "Well, let's go. All right, I mean, we're all one being anyway, so let's go help out and help myself in the process, because you're also a being looking to evolve into the next densities, into the higher densities. And by coming here, you accomplish both of these goals. It's like two birds in one stone. So when you're aligned with your mission, these synchronicities will begin to happen more and more and more into your life. And they're so comforting when they happen. They're so mind-blowing, first of all, because you're like, wow, this is really spooky. So it's this surprise and the awe, it almost never wears off. No matter how much it happens to you, it's like, wow, I just said the words very important out loud, and I play this thing literally 3 seconds later. And the guy says very important. I'm like, no, I think I misheard it. And then I go back like just 3 seconds in the video, and then he's like, very important. I'm like, oh my god, what kind of sorcery is this? And I was so I was so in awe by it. I just picked up the phone and I wanted to make a video on it. Things like that, they're happening all the time for me these days, all the time, because I am coming more and more in alignment with my mission. So hopefully this brings up to you the importance of aligning with your mission. It's very important to really be aligned with your mission and really work on it and immerse yourself in it. It will liberate an immense amount of energy in you and will channel a lot of energy through you and a lot of help, because your guides, your angels, the squad, the ET fam, they're all just kind of waiting for you to get on the mission so that they could start to help you and give you stuff, give you what you need. Like I have come here to Thailand. Clearly, it is divinely orchestrated. Coming here, everything all the way has been a blessing. The way I found out about my online job teaching English online was through the Gmail promotion folder. And it happened, I was sitting there studying I had a test for, I had a course, Abrahamic Religions, back in November last year, almost a year ago. And I randomly pick up my phone, go on my Gmail, and go on promotions. When do I ever do that? Go on promotions. I go on promotions, and the first thing is the company that I'm working for right now. What? It's all divinely orchestrated, because Spirit wants me to have a support system in the form of a beautiful environment, in the form of a serene environment, in the form of sunshine, in the form of nature, in the form of quietness, in the form of even like everything here is so cheap, so I'm financially relaxed. And so because Spirit wants me to have a support system, Spirit sees that I was working on my mission at the time. Maybe not to the same degree of immersion as I am at the moment. Nevertheless, Spirit sees he's working on his mission. He wants to continue to work on it. We want to help him as much as possible. So everything begins to be divinely orchestrated. Then I didn't have any money to come here. So next thing you know, like I have a few $1,000s in the bank. How? I still I'm in disbelief how it happened, and boom, I have a ticket here, I'm here. You know what I mean? If you get on your mission, you'll get a lot of help from above. You'll get a lot of help, because if you're on a mission, and you will be provided with a support system, to work on your mission. But like the Bible says, take one step and the Lord takes two. So you take one step, you delve into it, you immerse yourself in your mission, you get on with it, and then the Lord will take two, and the Lord would be all these forces that are out there conspiring to help you. But again, if you're not acting, if you're not in there, immersed in the mission, immersed in the thing that you came here to do, Spirit wants to help you, but it's like, how can we? You're not even into this to even listen to what we're trying to say or what we're trying to do to you, which is help you and give you the opportunities and give you the support system so that you could carry out your mission. You see? So take these synchronicities as very positive signs, and take this video by virtue, since there are no accidents, by virtue of you watching this, take this as a message for you to either further go along the path of your mission or figure that out and make it a priority and begin to execute it. Okay? Thank you to all the Patreons for your support, your continued support. You guys are very generous and very awesome people. Thank you to all the people who donated one time on PayPal. I appreciate all of you guys very, 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 very much, and I love you. And if you would like to join in, you could do so. The links for Patreon and PayPal are in the description down below. And Instagram, Saeed Mobayed. Okay, I do some cool stuff on Instagram, and you can talk to me and message me and stuff. I've really been feeling happy that I've been speaking to some of you guys on Instagram. So that's about it, and until next time, may the force be with you.